Hey everybody, John with Owl here. I want to take a little bit of time and show you guys our ladder and tire rack. On this Revel, we've actually done a complete back end. Over there we have our bike carrier with two one-up racks, and below it is our cargo box. On this side, we've replaced the Revel ladder with our ladder tire carrier. A lot of folks kind of wonder how you climb it because there's a tire there and there's certain stuff you can't really see very well online. So let's start off. So the whole tire carrier is actually TIG welded aluminum. So it's really, really nice, high quality unit, but it's also very, very light. Now on the side here, hopefully you can see, we have motorcycle style foot pegs, and we put one here and one here. It's a nice low profile way to get up past the tire. And then we've also got this front hoop for the tire to sit on, which is another place that you can put your foot. Unlike our standard tire carriers, we actually use a center mount with this. So this spindle screws on, and that's what holds the tire on. So you don't need any tools. And then also here is a hole in the all thread, and that you can put a padlock through if you want to lock your wheel. So people have asked, how do you climb the ladder? And I'll show you. So it's pretty easy. You can just grab on here and then you put your first foot on that bottom foot peg, and then you step up one and you can put your next foot in front of the tire and reach up and keep going from there. And it allows you to get right up really easily and climb right up onto the roof. It's really that simple. That's how you climb up on the ladder carrier. I want to tell you a little bit about how we design things here at Owl. A lot of times you just see something like this and you think it's not really that different from a ladder that maybe mounts on the side. Well, first of all, there's some major advantages to why you want a ladder on the back as opposed to the side. Anyone that's done any kind of off-roading knows that if you have a ladder on the side of your vehicle, it is a magnet for catching branches that are going to get sucked in and scratch your van, things that are going to get caught. You're going to have tight spaces where you need to fold in the mirrors. Well, you can't fold in a side ladder. Rear ladders just make sense. They're out of the wind. They're not hurting your miles per gallon. They're not catching on things. That's why we really like a rear ladder. Now I want to show you some of the things that we've designed on this ladder that may not be that evident from just looking at it. So even though the whole ladder rack is steel, even though the entire ladder rack is TIG welded aluminum, which you can see really nice quality welds on this product, these hinges are steel because steel doesn't fail over time. And so what we've done here is we've made sure that the weakest parts are steel, but then we used some coped C-channel for that steel to go into so that the bolts are bolting from steel, sandwiching the aluminum with stainless steel hardware so that you've really got a nice contact point for this channel. And this has all been engineered so that the direction of the force on the welds is going to be one that's super strong, as opposed to simply having something that comes off and is welded directly to the rack. This hoop, why does this bottom hoop look a little bit different from our other tire rack? As I mentioned with steel, you really, once you pass a life cycle test, it never fails. 100,000 years, that steel will still be strong. That's not actually the case for aluminum. That doesn't mean you can't make aluminum very strong. The airplanes you fly on are made out of aluminum. So what we want to do with aluminum is work in some redundancy. It's kind of hard to see with this tire in the way, so why don't I pull this tire off and then show you how this works. The other nice aspect about the way we do this, and I'll show you more in a moment, is that this rack is going to adjust to any tire size, and I'll show you how we do that. I'm actually going to open up this door to get this tire off. You can see how easy it is to get that wheel tire combo off. So this is what this whole rack looks like once the wheel and tire are off. We've got a slot right here, and that slot is what's going to allow you to move this all thread up and down depending on your tire size. So your tire sits here in this hoop. Getting back to aluminum and redundancy. Sorry, it's starting to get a little bit sunny. Aluminum and redundancy. You've got this tube, which is aluminum welded here. You've got this tube of the ladder also helping support this tube. You've got this bottom hoop, which is actually removable and it's steel. You see it's bolted through with stainless steel grade 8 hardware. And this bottom hoop unlike the aluminum, isn't an aluminum weld, it's a steel bolt. So this is nice and solid for this hoop. And then you've got this vertical with this all thread that's also holding the wheel tire on. So why do I tell you all this? I tell you all this because it means that we have a lot of redundancy. Unlike a steel tire carrier where I'm very comfortable with a single point of contact, when it comes to an aluminum tire carrier, I want to make sure that we have a couple of redundancies in place and make that really, really strong. Make sure this rack is going to last you the lifetime of your vehicle. So that, in a nutshell, is our ladder tire rack. As with all things Owl, it opens with the door. It's super easy. You don't have to worry about swinging anything out of the way. It installs in minutes. We bolt right through the hinges like our tire carrier. We've got our sway link, so it's really truly a DIY product that you can, you get the product in the mail. It ships UPS ground. There's no freight, no pallets to deal with. You get the product in the mail. You bolt it right on your van. 15, 20 minutes later, you're good to go. That is a quick tour of our Owl tire ladder carrier. Now we can talk about the bike rack in another video.